Most people don't mind growth as long as it doesn't inconvenience them. This house taught me that. When we partitioned our home, our family lost access to the front door. So the front became rental space and our everyday life shifted to the back of the house. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it was crazy. So now to get to the car, we walk outside through the gravel, grass, and whatever the weather brings. Before the renovation, I dreaded this. Winter was coming, and in my mind, I imagined snow, rain, inconvenience. All the discomfort we would have to endure because of a growing business. And then this day came. It's been a couple of weeks now. It rained all day. I came home. I had just come back from church, standing there, watching how the water collected. And I wanted to just capture this reality, not the imagined version of discomfort, but the real one. And the truth surprised me. The rain wasn't as bad as I imagined. The walk wasn't unbearable. The kids didn't complain. And honestly, neither did I. That's when my perspective began to shift. Since it's the beginning of the year, maybe you're still thinking about New Year's resolutions. Or maybe you've broken one. I know how that is. It doesn't take long, right? Most of us resolve to improve, to fix, to grow, but rarely do we resolve to be uncomfortable. And yet, growth almost always requires it. Life will always bring problems. Growth begins when we stop waiting for them and start choosing the discomfort that leads us forward. This wasn't the first time we chose discomfort on purpose. Earlier in the renovation process, I converted my 2 home offices into rental space. That meant I lost my dedicated office. Instead, I began using part of my very large master bedroom as my workspace. It wasn't ideal, as you can imagine. It wasn't Pinterest perfect. It was simply what the season required. When I was still working from home, it required quite a bit of adjustment and humility, I'll admit. But discomfort has a way of preparing you for what's next. So when I started my new job outside the home, that inconvenience faded. What once felt like sacrifice became just part of the story. Then there was our den. For years, it had held just one old piano. One that had served its time and was ready to go. So we replaced that with a keyboard and converted that space into another rental room. What once sat unused was now producing fruit. And finally, the hallway. So the hallway that once connected us directly to the garage was partitioned off completely. That entire section of the house. The space that we used to walk through without thinking, now brings in income every single month. Now, none of this happened accidentally. Every bit of discomfort was planned ahead of time. Not reactive, but proactive. It wasn't forced, but we chose the discomfort. It was intentional. It's true, it did take some adjusting. We had to get used to not having a front door. I know some of you cannot imagine that, but what we didn't lose matters. We still have a living room, a dining room, a kitchen, and 6 bedrooms. Still more than enough, you'll agree. Scripture reminds us, do not despise these small beginnings, because God rejoices to see the work begin. Discomfort often looks like loss at first, until you realize it's actually preparation. That is why this rain didn't bother me. In fact, growing up, I walked through mud, rain, just to get to school. No car, no shelter. I have walked harder paths. So this wasn't suffering. Some of you might think it is. It's nothing to me. This was perspective. I've learned something through all of this. We can spend our lives trying to avoid discomfort, reacting to problems when they show up. Or we can choose a different way. We can choose the kind of discomfort that grows us. Because if we don't choose it, life eventually chooses it for us. Planned discomfort has purpose. It stretches you before life has to break you. It strengthens you before storms arrive. So now, looking back, I see it clearly now. What changed wasn't just the layout of our house. It was our outlook on life. Sometimes the things we fear most live longer in our imagination than they ever do in real life. And sometimes the doorway into a better chapter looks like a simple walk in the rain. So yes, growth inconvenienced us. But looking back, I am so grateful it did. We're on our way to victory. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.